Good afternoon.
I would like to say welcome to this live broadcast here at the Office of Cries for Justice. We'll be here where today the group will hold a major press briefing. This is Liberia, which on TV Metro Media is coming to you live from the office here in Plonko. Which executives of the movement all here.
Good afternoon, fellow Liberians, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Thanks for coming at short notice in fulfillment of our constitutional responsibility to have our right to disapproval of the deportment of our government whenever we decide to do so. And such an occasion is today. And so without much that I do, I will turn over to my brother JNB to do an official introduction of our officials here, followed by other things.
Thank you ever so much, dear brother and comrade, Isaka, Sherry Isaka. I'm honored now with the power vested in the chairperson and other member of the executive committee. I'm pleased to introduce to you Comrade Bill Johnson, Comrade Isaka Sherry Isaka, Comrade Mohammed Jallo, and Honorable Akaras Moses Gray, Siafa Manaba Jeneka, and the most powerful person of Misia today is the chairperson of the most improved, the most vibrant, the populous people's movement in the cry for justice, chairperson Janji Vakwe Janji. Thank you so much. God bless you.
So, introduction of
distinguished citizens of the Republic of Liberia from different diverse political subdivisions of Liberia, fellow countrymen, members of the press, those who are passing by and understood that the cry for justice is having an announcement of the press conference to inform the Liberian people of our team in few days to come. Today we are grateful to announce to the Liberian people and the world at large the formation of Liberia's first post-war pressure group, Cry for Justice, with the motto, Believe to Redeem. Waka must lead or leave. As chairman of this noble institution, we shall lead with respect and dignity and uphold the integrity of the institution while assuring that the public trust remain uncompromising. We shall seek to hold national government and other stakeholders accountable to the Liberian people. Having said this, distinguished members of the full estates, the partner for the well-being of any group and development of a country, we are pleased to announce a national call to action for a constitutionally guaranteed democratic assembly and protest. We earlier announced the infamous April 6th as a date for our assembly, but as a result of much broader consultation, we have resolved to carry out a peaceful action following the first 100 days of the Bouaka-led administration. Therefore, the new date for our nationwide action is now Tuesday, May 7, 2024, as stated before. This is constitutionally guaranteed exercise. Our singular objective is to call the Bouaka administration to immediate order for showing little respect for the rule of law, extrajudicial killing, police brutality on the increase, any bribery by the executive, witch hunt at land ministry and agency of government, lack of accountability, and spending public money and creation of more unemployment at the early stage of the administration. The nationwide assembly and protest action will be held at designated locations across the country that will send a resounding message against misrule. Conformity with our team, believe to redeem. Those assembling points with our consultation across the 15 political subdivisions of Liberia include but not limited Clay Checkpoint, Bomi County, Thomas Bread to Morovia, Thomas Bread to Somé, DC Clarktown, Slumaka Bapuru Road, Poor River Bridge, believe to redeem. Bapuru County, Sawmill, Bopuru City, Bama, Veritan and Lofa Bridge. Grand Cape Man County, Bafuba Bridge, Danieltown Kinjo Road, Teni Manrowa Road, Bo Warasa, Rawaspo City. Mosoralo County, St. Paul Bridge, Kawa Bridge, Freeport, Vartan New Bridge, Vartan Old Bridge, Broadville Store, Bypass, Jalatan, Vamuma, 540, 72nd Boulevard, Dupo Road, Right Light, both sides, Dixville Road. Magibi County, Boston, Magibi, RIA, 15 Gate Magibi County, Kagata Magibi County, Farmington Bridge, Bon County, Batala, Banga City, Banga Lofa Road, believe and redeem. Nima County, Ganta, Tapeta, Ganta and Sanikore Road. Grand Jira County, Grand Jira County, Tuotan and Zwaju City. River G, Fishtown and River G. Maryland County, Carrican and Harper City. Grand Bassa County, Compound 1, Buchanan Riverside Road and Cotton Tree. Lofa, the home of the president, Bouaka Moli Olive. Wanjaba, Salaye and Foya. Grangu County, Barclayville. Riverside County, Riverside City, Sesto City. Sano, Greenville. We also want to use this occasion to categorically condemn the illegal dismissal and removal of government employees from offices and payroll, especially when they have done nothing wrong as an established by law. Our forefather wrote a constitution that we all embrace, and the president and other officials of government took an oath of office to uphold and defend such constitution. This constitution frowns on nepotism, and of course, some of us were proponents of the anti-nepotism bill, and also demand national government to protect every citizen, irrespective of political affiliation. But this is not the case with the current Bouaka rescue mission. With just less than 100 days in office, the so-called rescue mission are already removing employees from various government payrolls, including civil service, contractors at various government ministries and agencies. The former government, without downsizing, incorporated more than 2,000 health workers from the health pool fund into 2018, and about 900 health workers who were paid under the USAID Farah funding project. These workers excluded about 3,600 supplementary teachers and other 200 supplementary workers who earn a minimum monthly gross of 40, but were also permanently transferred to the main payroll of the Ministry of Education and Health. These employees now earn a minimum of 150 USD to 175 gross and have been full civil servants since 2020, enjoying all the privileges and rights consistent with the civil servant order. With all these interventions, the prior administration carried out a pay reform, incorporated these Liberian workers without removing any of the existing employer during the first regime of the Unity Party, while maintaining the wage bill of $297 million up to 2022. While all these, in a desperate attempt to achieve a political wish hunt and downsize civil servants believed to be from the opposition political parties. And now, we want to stress this. There were many people in the previous regime that were not just seditionists, they were not just UPITs, they were from various political parties working to end for their daily survival. The government has deliberately reduced the annual wage bill from its estimated actual year-end amount of $306,500,000 to US $297 million, thereby reducing the actual compensation ceilings of more than 30 ministries and agencies, including Ministry of Health, Internal Affairs, Transport, Mines and Energy, National Legislature, the Judiciary, etc. The aggregate reduction for these entities is estimated at $9.4 million United States dollars. About the same amount the regime is hiding in the deficit pool fund lying under the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. For example, the personal budget of Ministry of Health was reduced by $1.4 million, while the Ministry of Internal Affairs was reduced by $1.2 million. Judging from the reasons on the current wave of termination of tenure position, wrongful dismissal of employees, and termination of contract staff at various government entities by the rescue regime, we at Cries for Justice see these reductions in the compensation as a signal of dangerous red flag. And if put into motion, there could be a mass dismissal of over 10,000 civil servants, especially those who were employed at the beginning of 2023. We at Cries for Justice have also observed with huge disappointment the cancellation of over 2,000 contract employees largely consolidated under the Civil Service Agency and the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. These contractors, since the end of January 2024, more than 3 months, have not been paid despite reporting to work every day, transporting themselves. Their payment were halted on the orders of President Bouaka through the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Mr. Boyman Kamara, who per our funding argued that rescue government does not need contractors and those contracts signed by the previous government are illegal. These contractors and consultants include foreign medical specialists at the JFK Medical Health Center when you're sick and when you go get medical attention, contract employees of the Ministry of Commerce, Labor, Transport, MFDP, Moral City Corporation, Ministry of Sport, MCSS, etc. and etc. As further demonstrations of virtuous cancelling of these contracts and laying up of Liberians, the so-called rescue mission has drastically reduced the allocation of contractors to contractors in a draft budget by more than 85%, which, with the remaining 15% intended to hire cronies and some appointed and elected officials. The rescue mission reason for cancelling these contracts is lazily rely on CSA circular that always mandate spending entities to regularly renew desirable contracts at the end of every fiscal period. But the CSA blandly and politically concluded that the outgoing government canceled or terminated all contracts. We indeed want to use this occasion to call on the Liberian legislature. This is where you here today, where your power comes from. Voting for people is not voting because you love them or the beautiful. Voting for them is to amicably represent you, to make sure that your brothers and sisters, that they are about to lay or they are start laying up, to get access to their basic needs. Especially the House of Representatives that has the greater power of the purse, the budget, to ensure that government supplementary workers, contractors, and other government employees that are taking off the payroll are reinstated and placed back on the payroll as was done under President Sedi and President Weah. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, President Weah did not, when he took over, he now removed over 500 plus people from the payroll. He maintained them because he believed that they are Liberians. He didn't because they supported Unity Party or not. In fact, you, the lawmaker from the immediate past administration, can attest to the allocation of funds for over 3,600 volunteer teachers and about 3,000 supplementary health workers that the last administration inherited from the Seli and Bwaka administration, but were all placed on government payroll, and many are civil servants today. Cries for Justice believe that if the legislature could do it, yes or yes, they can do the same today in the interest of the victim government workers. To you, our elected officials, the executive could shift the burden of dismissal of our people onto you if you should pass the budget as it is, because tomorrow they and their surrogates will say you did not consider the crying masses. To take these crying mothers, fathers, youth of their jobs is nothing but a national catastrophe, and we stand ready to use our constitutional and legal political means to help end this madness by the few agents against peaceful Liberians seeking daily bread. The virtual happening are unfolding within less than 100 days of the rescue administration. We are crying for justice. We want to emphatically warn President Bwaka and government to respect the rights of employment and livelihood of all Liberians, regardless of their political affiliation. Cry for justice also want those affected Liberians to know that we are with them. We will keep engaging the Bwaka administration until problems affecting your jobs and livelihood are resolved. Meaning that we will not rest. Those are being dismissed from MPA. Those are being dismissed from the EPS. Those are being dismissed from MFDP. Those are being dismissed from public work. Even though targeted AFL personnel that they are targeting right now with Bernie Samuka. We are calling on you, Liberians, those affected places, the over 720 plus supplementary employees at Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. We are standing with you regardless of our position. We're going to do everything humanly possible. And I repeat, the beginning of killing our people to King George is the beginning of killing all of us May 7. Let Boga go to bed. Let a reckless EPF boss continue issuing threats on Facebook. Saying gay. We are sending a message to them. Gone are the days that you will use state machinery to gun down our people. During the last 6 years of President, we are protesters were fair. And I know some journalists going to ask questions. You just from the regime, but those protesters they came from the regime yesterday. And I'm prepared to answer this question. As chairman for Cries for Justice, we are prepared to work together to harmonize this thing to make sure that the Liberian people are respected, their joy will be restored, and will never ever give in to the witch hunt that they are carrying out. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, we have come to inform you that Cries for Justice is one of the fastest growing organizations that will stand for you when you cannot speak for yourself. Those fire victims, when you dance with the devil, and the devil do that, what will happen to you? So, I want to appreciate Honorable Gray, who is an advisor to this group. It's not a political group. It is a group to stand to emancipate you. It is a group that will stand with you no matter the choice that you are going through. In less than 90 days, 100 days, you are passing through fire disasters. You are passing through homelessness. They're breaking down people's homes. The other day I was looking at one of the online television. People have been made homeless because of Baga people coming back to take property from them. We're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it to protect you. And those people, the unprivileged people. So I want to say to you, this is why we call you journalists and Liberians to inform you about what will happen on May 7, 2024. Thank you so much.
So that's the voice of
thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for the excellent deliberation. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I would like to recognize Mr. Randall Masakoi Dobayu, in our midst, and also Mr. Aloysius Howe. Thanks so much. And so this is the time now for questions. And at most, we will entertain 7 questions for the chairman to respond based on the kind of questions that may be asked. So, okay, my brother in the middle there.
Good afternoon, Chairman. My name is Tazaki, I write for the Independent newspaper. My concern have to do with the planned peaceful assembly that will be taking place in May, early May. It's an organization taking into consideration before you gather huge amount of people, you have to ask the Ministry of Justice for permit in order for them to provide security for the process.
Okay, so to respond to that question, Honorable Gray, who is the former lawmaker who respond to that question?
Basically, we just want to be very clear on record that the law does not provide for a permit. There's no law written on the books, nor a provision of the Constitution. What we do to provide necessary guidance, we will officially notify, let me be very exact with you, notify the Ministry of Justice and notify the Liberian National Police that citizens of the Republic of Liberia will be assembling and protesting. So we don't need a permit. We expect the Ministry of Justice and the police to comply. Even if they don't comply, we'll still get out there and assemble.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Domingo Dawe. I write for the People's Newspaper and online. Is this famous April 6 protest was postponed due to a land race, and the league opinion of these all important protests all over Cries Muslim grade and our police being deployed and various intercessions across Muslim.
Well, let me say this to you. The police, they are constituted body to protect our citizens. Whether they stay in the left 4 a.m. is not our responsibility for that. The reason is until you have nationwide consultation. One way to Babu, one way to Lofa, one way to Riverside, one way to Maryland, where people are finding it difficult to even buy a gallon of gasoline. Today in Maryland, a price for 25 kg rate is $4,900. Probably you generally, you don't know that the people go through. So because you want to tangle them, because on a very security situation, we're not fighting war. Why is it that people will be in the street terrorizing for checking people's cars? I think the Burger administration is misstepping. So we're not deterred by that. We are only telling you that we're going to protest May 7 based on the consultation, nationwide consultation across the country.
Yeah.
Right in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah, so my name is Jefferson Weah, and I report for Shan Liberia and Voice of District 17. Honorable Chairman, we want to know, you stationed a protest in May on the 7th. Why you can't do it only in Montserrat, but you want to stage protests in the entire country?
The reason we're not doing it in Montserrat County is here in Montserrat buying gas $850. The people in Sando are buying gas $2,500. The people in Giba are buying gas $1,900. The people in Grand Crew are buying a bag of 25 kg rest for $5,000. They are the people who fight it. I'm not fighting for myself because I can buy gas $850. I'm not fighting for myself because my horse is burning every day. Our poor horses are burning every day. The reason we do a nationwide protest to send a message to Baka. All the promises you made to us, you told us that, look, when you take over, that's what you want to do. So you are not done it. We're reminding you of the constitution and political promises you made to us. So it is not about where we find ourselves. No. The protest is about the people where in Zekepa. They're buying scratch card $300 $500 Liberty. Probably you yet today you going live because you're buying scratch card $220 or $240. But the people in the rural parts of Liberia, they are the people who are fighting for not fighting for myself. We're not fighting for ourselves. What we're saying to you is there will be a nationwide protest. You think people in Kinja will not protest when they kill their citizens unjustifiably? Who's going to murder them? You think people in Kinja will not protest because they infringe on their right and police use excessive force on them? Do you think a man in Montserrat will come out and police therefore what they call a finger because of a minor crime committed? Do you think an EPS director is 20 people or the people will not protest? No, they're going to protest. So that's the reason why it is called a nationwide protest. And all these places within the period of time will be visited and these people will be energized because they are the ones we are fighting for.
Yes.
Okay, boss of Liberia.
Right in front of
Thank you,
you.
Mr. Chairman. My name is Christopher S. Bestman. I report for Voice of Liberia and LRB Media Online. You talk about the supplementary worker from the Ministry of State. This organization being an organization that is standing for justice. What have been the initial involvement with these workers? That's question number one. Secondly, from Grand County, the student community alongside the youth, they have been massively protesting as it relates to the superintendent of the county, Honorable Eli Cheshire, election that he has been involved in the too many ritualistic killings and that amazing of citizens. Knowing that the president has now appointed the former senator, and up to now the county doesn't have a superintendent. As a social justice organization, what is the engagement? What is the engagement you guys are making coming up with this?
Well, thank you so much. That's the reason why on this panel is I'm here with a veteran lawmaker. Moses Zakara Gray will respond to that question. And I will do a follow-up to detail you.
Basically, when you said that there have been nationwide consultation, all of these consultations have been in that direction, nationwide. Okay, so that's one of the reasons we're extending the time frame of the protest. I specifically want the issue of those who were dismissed at the Ministry of State. we wanted the press to get very attentive and listen. I honor the past immediate administration, or the two last administrations. There were always supplementary workers, volunteers, and contractors. Let me repeat. There were always supplementary workers, volunteers, and contractors. Volunteers, for example, were teachers who were teaching across the country, but were not on government payroll. Some were getting nothing from government, but they were doing it under their own volition on humanitarian grounds to teach our people. That was under the last 12 years of the Ellen and Boykai administration. There were contractors under the Ellen administration that were given contracts for certain reasons. There were supplementary people who were on a kind of supplementary payroll but not civil servants. That's what they call government employees. Let us not make the mistake that all government employees are civil servants. No. Some government employees are civil servants and some are not civil servants. Our debate is not just about civil servants, it's also about government employees. When the we-are-led administration took over, for example, health workers, about 3,000 health workers across the country were on a program called the FARA program and other programs. That program expired. The we-are-led administration could not allow those people to go home because some of them, they use that job to feed their family, to send their children to school, and the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia is very clear that the government has a responsibility to create equal opportunities for all Liberians, whether educational opportunities, whether job opportunities. Having said that, the we-are-led administration incorporated those health workers and put them on government payroll. And many of them became civil servants. They didn't ask them to go home. The categories of teachers that were volunteers, 3,600 teachers were volunteers. There were people that were inherited who were getting $40. Example, you recall at the Ministry of Information, some people protested that they were being paid $40. These are things that the we-are-led administration inherited. 3,600 volunteers, teachers, over 200 other workers who were getting below a certain amount of money. They were placed on government payroll. Those volunteers, they became civil servants. The money was between $150, the gross pay was between $150 US to $175 US. Every government that had come to power from Ellington had always had supplementary workers. They've always had voluntary people. They've always have contractors. The Boykai administration is fully cognizant of this because he was Vice President of the Republic of Liberia and exactly, in fact, in the office of the Vice President. But then, they are senior executive service. They were on special payroll as contractors or during Boykai administration as Vice President. Our argument is this. The argument is that the government has a responsibility. If the we-are-led administration were inherited all of these people and changed their status from volunteers workers, from contractors, from supplementary workers to go for government employees and civil servants, the Boykai-led administration that promised to rescue Liberia, void of your political identity or affiliation, is under obligation to protect these contractors. They are under obligation to protect supplementary workers. They are under obligation to ensure that volunteers are protected. But the case of the executive mansion are just supplementary workers. Okay. And because they are just supplementary workers, and the we-are-led administration inherited supplementary workers, what is the crime? When in fact, the budget out of 2022 was $297 million. The wage bill. Let me be exact. $297 million. This administration has maintained The same 297 million. That presupposes that the money is staying in the budget for the payment of these people. They cut all the land ministries and agencies of government in terms of personnel workers, and they put that money into what they call a pool fund under the Ministry of Finance. Nothing less than $8 million United States dollars under the Ministry of Finance. That money should have been used to pay all of these people to keep Liberians employed. But the essence of the over $8 million United States dollars, where Bergen had boasted of cutting his own budget, or cutting the budget of the vice president, I can assure you that is deceptive. Because the president will make a decision of that pool fund of over $8 million exclusively under the Ministry of Finance on what will happen with that money. The best thing to happen with that money is to reappropriate so that more people can have jobs, so that these women can be able to take care of their children home, so that the fathers who are supplementary workers can be able to take care of their children, so that our youth who are supplementary workers can be able to pay their school fees. This is the commitment that the Bergen administration made to our people void of political affiliation. So when you see the cry for justice, making some analysis on the budget, for example, domestic debt has increased. Who are the debtors? Who should be paid? They raised that issue under the we-are-led administration. No one knows who will be paid. Whether that Jeremiah Kunkosin will be paid, whether that Joseph Boyka Ente will be paid, whether they will give some money to some of these people that they owe and take a kickback from them, there is no justification. That's why, if you listen to the chairman, he articulated well. The national legislature or the legislature of the Republic of Liberia is under obligation. And meaning the House of Representatives that control the purse, that is the budget, that is the first foundation for appropriation and reappropriation, should take the lead. We are speaking from experience because the executive will delete things from the budget. And if the budget is passed by button, the very executive will use their surrogates and themselves to say that it's your representative, it's your senator who passed the budget, who did not care for you. And I will give you an example. We signed a budget in this country where the legislature have given the executive certain appropriation with discovery of cash from the budget, or new discovery. And the legislature decided to also purchase vehicle for herself. The president who signed the budget, but then flew to the United States of America when she was asked why the lawmakers did it. She said they took it and I never give it to them. But the president attached a signature to the budget. So if the president had any reservation on the budget, she should allow veto that provision of the budget. That's what the Constitution says. So we are sending a caveat to especially members of the House of Representatives be cognizant of the politics being played, especially at the critical juncture during the Easter break when they have called them back for 1 month with the hope that the budget could be speedily passed with all critical analysis. So the chairman spoke rightfully that we are in consultation. Like I always say, there will be a good one. We don't have to seek love from anybody. We are not looking for friendship. We are not looking for love. The cry for justice is the first post-war pressure group in Liberia. Like the Mojas that fought for multi-party democracy. Like the Progressive Alliance of Liberia PAR that fought for multi-party democracy. The creation of pressure group are all there. Now, in this period, we believe in a new bottle, with a new one. We are under obligation to establish a pressure group that will hold the government feet to the fire void of political affiliation in our lives. I want to say, as I end here, I just want to say this. The chairman will take all the question. This group does not belong to any political institution. Let me repeat. Anybody of any political affiliation, anybody of civil society, or any Liberian can be a part of this vibrant and robust pressure group of the Republic of Liberia. So the other question, the chairman will take.
Yes.
The chairman will take the question, so you recognize the chairman.
Yes.
Front page.
Before you recognize front page, you spoke about the Grand Julia situation. I want to say to you, President Bogart, that is why he's been filling in his 100 days to live. If you are out of touch, and you are appointing official of a country that people are crying, I believe that as a reasonable and a 42-year-old public service president, you must be able to be reasonable to handle the situation. So our issue is not about his appointment. No. Our issue is about his deliverable to our people. The unjustifiable means of downsizing and dismissing our people. That's all.
I was there. Cry for justice member and former official. So, follow the question. Okay. I'm trying to put your back at the masses for it. Political storm that trying to reach the government of popular and
No, but you see, and that is the question I expected. You from Fish Africa to even ask when the most famous June 7 protest was staged, or even the state protest. You didn't see people from political parties there. You didn't see Mo Ali that working with Wash at the Ministry of Finance. You didn't see them like Secretary General of the Unity Party. We are saying to you, it's not political. That's why you not see CDC Chairman or CDC Secretary General. You see us here because we are Liberian. It's not because I can afford today. The woman that making $140 you pour out of Ministry of State. It's not because I can afford today. It means our own contract, due contract, you cancel your contract without taking cognizance of the law. So what I expect you to be talking about is these things that the cry for justice is raising, are they not cogent? And we expect you, a Liberian journalist, to partner with us to make sure that these things are minimized in our society. They wish on all over the place. Somebody will go one morning, see your vehicle going, they park your car, and they want you to justify you on your vehicle. Somebody will go one morning, one EPS director is writing on Facebook to threaten the lives of people. You saw that in Georgia government? No, it's not about past administration. It's about the well-being of our people. So because you're buying gear A50, the man way in Benkoma, Bonkante, is buying gear 1,900. Are you happy with that life? No, we say no. Cry for justice. We believe that now about while you work in past, that's the reason why we say look. Even those in the UP who are this time calling for them to come work along with us. You understand? You in a state where today you president being accused of wanting to remove speaker. We in a country where today there are being speculation that they are even get new protest. They want to remove the protest. Is this the kind of country you're talking about? No. Cry for justice is telling you that look, no matter the situation, be here our political affiliation or not, we are under obligation to stand for justice for our people. Why you say that one money gave 4,500 check to people a coupon, they will remove speaker. Today there was a meeting called to remove protest. I'm telling you today, and we are investigating that. We don't want a police state. Just in less than 90 days, you got police brutality. You saw that in the past administration when police were feeding protesters. And that's the reason why we're telling you, let me tell you. I come in. We'll come. You see, let me say this to you. We are saying to you that while we are seated at this process, we are looking for exactly what happened for the benefit of the Liberian people. Today, just in less than 90 days, we are seeing the most police death. Liberia is a police state. Don't you know that? You understand? So what we're saying to you is, Joe Barker has 42 years of public service. It doesn't call for taking you long to composition your government. It doesn't take you long to fulfill those promises you made because you already been there before. You know you're going to solve the problem. But today we are to where we are. You are reducing budget, but you're increasing domestic and international debt budget without even identifying what the people to pay. So these are the statements we are speaking about. and you want to remove our people from salary because you believe that they didn't support you. And the Prime Minister didn't do that. What they want to maintain everybody.
Follow up to that question.
Okay, the last question will come from Red Power, right?
Thank you so much. Failure on the part of the Unity Party-led government headed by Joseph Boakai to listen to the trust, cry for justice after May 7. What is the next step?
No, but the thing is like, it's a question, I think that's the last question. It's sealed and carved that there will be a protest on May 7th. With all of the excesses, there's a need for correction. We believe that the administration will listen. Okay, it's not a one-day organization or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year organization. So our options are not only protesting all of the time. We have various options. We can talk to lawmakers. We can talk to other officials in government. We can talk to other political parties. The individual, before you ask a very critical question, and the chairman answered that question effectively, I'd just love to add up just less than a minute. When the June 7 protest ensued, or was pronounced, President Boakai endorsed the protest. He was just defeated by President Weah. Mr. Uri endorsed the protest. Many of those comments, we that were in government would thought it was their fundamental rights to do so. There were lawmakers that you know of the Unity Party that endorsed the protest and protested publicly. Even on our Koroba, who is today disagreeing with the government, endorsed the protest against the Weah-led administration. Even DeLong, on 1 or 2 occasions, said that they don't got into the protest action. So there is already a precedent established that any Liberian board of your political affiliation can assemble and can make a decision to petition functionaries of government. That's what the Constitution says. It doesn't have to be a political institution. So like I've said to you, this is not a Unity Party organization. It is not a CDC or ANC organization. It is an organization that belongs to the Liberian people. And it's a lazy argument, like the chairman said in particular, for someone to say that some of you were just in government. But yeah, Boakai was just defeated. Of course. In 2017. Oh yes, he was defeated. But yes, the chairman of the Unity Party, Dan, that is the Minister of Lands, Mines and Energy, currently, they were defeated. And he was one of those who read the petition. You journalists are here with historic records. Okay? Our friend Mr. Uri was in the protest. Joseph Boakai, because of age deficiency and ailment, couldn't walk. But he used his mouth to endorse the protest and was home. Okay, even our friend Costa, who was from another political institution, that we won against them. But then, they all endorsed the protest against our administration. Though this is not a political reciprocity or quadruple, what we are looking at is beyond what they looked at yesterday. We are looking at wisdom. We are looking at extrajudicial killing, arbitrary arrests. As I speak to you now, there is security duty where the security apparatus of the country will not seek warrant from the court or will begin such shame people home under the doctrine what they call hard pursuit. They want to abuse the word hard pursuit to enter your homes and such and plant weapons and drugs and cash. Here's what the National Security meeting had recently. Liberia is moving into a dangerous arrangement. And a British spokesman said something, a British statesman. He said the only way evil can overcome good is for the few good people to do nothing at all. We are under obligation to do something. So ladies and gentlemen of the Pope Estate, I want you to understand, especially you, that those who are talking about moral standing, what do we have the moral standing? If Boyka governed a country for 12 years and he admitted to failure and he admitted to abuse of their opportunities on the back card, but yet he had the credential or the standing to criticize an administration for 6 years, what's about us? What's about us? What's the difference? There can be no argument about whether we have the standing. The Constitution provides for a standing for every Liberian to assemble, for every Liberian to have the right to protest. The Constitution remains that reliance. So again, they can build the wall of Jericho and will crumble as we walk around it. Let me assure you, we will turn up, organize ourselves in a peaceful manner. We name all the hotspots across the country. Even if there are 200 persons, you will see them standing there that day. We want to send a resounding message across the world that Liberia is not heavily divided, but Liberia is not reconciled, that our people are being shot and killed. Nothing is done about that, that every day people die through the street corners of the Republic of Liberia. The government has not been able to provide protection for its citizens. So Cry for Justice is a non-political affiliated group, but Liberia's biggest and historic pressure group that will not only look at national government excesses, but even other national movers and shakers in the political dispensation of our country. So Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I just wanted to appreciate the fact that you gave me the opportunity to be able to provide this clarification. I'm not the leader of the group, like I rightfully said. I'm only a political advisor to this entity, and these brilliant men will take over and move on. So maybe the chairman will announce after this conglomeration, the next action. The chairman will emphasize on street to street, horse to horse, county to county, village to village, town to town, chiefdom to chiefdom, district to district, and county to county, mass mobilization for the 7th of May on Tuesday, where functionaries of government will be petitioned. And those who can come to Monrovia will stay at the bureau entity and petition even the local governance entity of our country.
Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, every good team must come to an end.
Speaking.
Okay, Chairman.
So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, to the Liberians out there following this process, we say to you, this is not about us. Trust me. I've been in it before, we've been in it before. But those struggling people that Madam Celine left on supplementary payroll, today Joseph Boga have come to remove them and George will maintain them. Today, the army is divided because of Joseph Boga attitude. Today, there was a meeting held for the removal of the protest.
You might elaborate more on that.
We're going to speak about that appropriately. I'm just bringing this to you. You can be an investigative journalist.
But it's a grave allegation.
I'm saying to you, Mr. Journalist, I'm saying to you, there are issues that we have observed and we have followed. You saw a few days ago, check out what happened with speaker. I'll tell you what happened. It led you to go do your own in-depth analysis and investigation, but we are saying to you, we will not sit here and cry for justice and allow this thing to be perpetrated against our people. We want a stable country wherein you can live your life freely. Today they came to rescue us. People whom are being burned on a daily basis with irresponsible behavior and killing to the people. They came to rescue us today. Our people are still buying gasoline for $8.50 and other places in the rural places in Liberia, they buy it $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. So we want to say to you, moving forward, we're going to start a nationwide tour to make sure these places that are being announced are will be adequately informed about the action to come May 7th. I want to assure you, we want to be peaceful. We're not going to subject ourselves to a kangaroo rule. We're not going to apply for permit. We want to read the Minister of Justice, inform them that cry for justice. A group of Liberian pro-democracy organizations to keep government to the fire, they are going to petition the functionary of government to make sure they ready people our people. We are not going to beg for permit. No, we're not going to do that. I'm going to be circumventing the Constitution. We're going to use the Constitution wisely, respectfully, to make sure that the right thing happens for our people. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, we want to tell you thank you for coming. We'll always inform you day or 2 or 3 to inform you about the daily happening, to make sure that we inform our people. And yes, indeed, the cry for justice here to stand with them. We're not going to stand with them on the contrary. We're going to stand with them because we believe that they deserve better life. We will stand with them because we believe that they too stood in the gap to vote for Joseph Banga, who have failed them in the first 100 days. So thank you so much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen of the press.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. And with that, this press conference has ended. Thank you.
Liberia, British Online TV, Metro Media. Thanks for following.